You should watch this video if you are thinking or planning to buy a pre-construction home in the future, or if you have already purchased it. This video is about new homes in Canada. I'll talk about step by step what you need to be aware during the purchase and after the purchase. First of all, the important thing is the deposit structure. What goes out from your pocket per monthly, per quarterly for that project as a deposit. But out of that, what is more important is what is your deposit protection. In case builder is not able to deliver the project, bankruptcy happens, the economy is not good, is your deposit safe in the hands of the builder? Because this is your hard-earned money. So first of all, I'll take one of the project as an example. There's a live project that we have in Barrie. Closing is happening in May 2025. You have to pay 20,000 right now and 20,000 after 30 days. You are done. So it's a 40,000 deposit for a detached home. So you should be clear enough whether you can afford and is able to pay out those deposits. But that's for a smaller project. I'll show you one of the APS which we just did 2 days back for one of the clients. The purchase price is 963,000. This is a property in Brampton, a pre-construction home. Here you can clearly see the deposit is split over. You have 20,000 on 15th of October. Then after one more month, you have another 15,000, 15, 15 and 10 split over. So you should be able to do that because builder will take the posted checks. Deposit should be there in your account. Otherwise NSF fees, they'll charge for that. So you should be prepared for that. But important thing is your deposit protection. This is from Tarion. Tarion is an organization which protects for your new homes where the builder have to take the approval from them. So try to understand that if the property price is less than 600,000, you have a maximum coverage of 60,000. If it is more than that, then it is 10% or max is 100,000. So imagine you are buying a $1 million property. So you are safe up to 100,000. That's 10%. If you're buying 700,000, it's 70,000, but max is 100,000. So in case anything happens to the builder, you will get your money back. That's a very important thing in Canadian market, that your money is safe, even it's a pre-construction home. So be mindful when you're doing the deposit, it should be under that limit in case. So this was the agreement. You should be very particular about the agreement that you are signing with the builder. That's what I was showing you. It's a long 100 pages agreement. I know you're not expert, you're buying for the first time. That's why we have a lawyer review. So you need to engage a lawyer. Generally builders give you a cooling off period, or you can review the contract before you sign with that APS from the builder and just review it with your lawyer, or take help from your real estate agent. They are the best person. They already have the connection. They can get it done for you because this is stamp agreement. So you should be clear about the nitty-gritties and minor details that you can skip, because lawyers, they are professional, they already know it. That's important. Another thing is a mortgage pre-approval letter. So generally builder asks for a mortgage pre-approval letter from a bank or from a mortgage broker, depends on the relationship they have. Why it is good for you to protect yourself? Because if you are purchasing a property of 600,000, you should qualify for that 600,000 based on your income, based on your affordability. It's not a risk that you're taking. So you should be clear about that. Again, you can take help from your mortgage agent. They are best person to help you. Or if you have a good connections with the mortgage brokers, you can go for the mortgage pre-approval letter. Another one is the assignment clause. Assignment means whether you can sell your property before taking the possession, before being actual purchaser, before the mortgage start on your name, you can flip that property or sign to someone else. That clause is important in case, let's say, any reasons you're not able to close it, or you're an investor, you want to have to get to know the assignment. So you should know that clause. For example, if I take the example of the same project, you can see the 5% deposit is there. That's okay. I'll skip that part, that you have 65,000. That's a discount going on as of now. But the important is it's a free assignment phase fees, which was around 5,000 value. So you shouldn't be surprised for that. In the peak times, we have seen the builder charging 50,000 as its assignment fees. You should be clear what's the fees involved. Apart from there's admin and legal fees involved. So you should be clear with that fees also. Another thing is the Decor Credits. What that mean is when you're booking a property, you might need some sort of a upgrade. Let's say you want to change the kitchen island, you want to change it from laminate to quartz, you want to have a bigger tiles. Is the builder offering you any decor bonus or decor credits? Let's say 5,000, 10, 15,000, which you can use at the time when you are looking for upgrades with the builder. So that's another thing which you can negotiate. Next is features. Feature means it's just like you're buying a brand new car. Similarly, it's a brand new house we are talking about. It's 9-foot ceiling, it's quartz, spotlight, tiles, it's flooring, carpet, whatever railings you have, everything is already given in the contract. So at least you know. For example, in this project, we have quartz countertop already included. That's an upgrade. You have 3-piece stainless steel appliances. We have 9-foot ceiling, smooth ceiling, oak stairs, triple glazed windows, hot water heater ownership. So you should be aware what is being offered as part of the property that you are buying. Then is the HST rebate 25,000. What that means is, for example, the contract which I showed you, the purchase price was 963,000. Specifically in Ontario, you have HST, that is 30% of the purchase price that you need to pay. But as of now, HST is already included in this price. You don't have to pay anything extra. But if you're buying that property as an investment, you have to pay $25,000 more, and the builder won't get any rebate. You will apply for the rebate to CRA when you rent that property out. I won't go into nitty-gritties, but you can DM me, we can explain you more about that. But as of now, imagine you are buying this home for yourself or for your relatives, which is your family members basically. So then you're automatically eligible for 25,000 rebate. You're not paying anything extra. But if you are an investor putting this property on rent or investment for you, add 25,000 more into this of the pricing which you get back from the CRA. So you should be clear that your cost might go up at the time of the closings. So this was during the purchase, but what happened after the purchase? Imagine you have already signed the contract, you have been reviewed. What is next? Next is your closing cost. So you should be aware what is the hidden cost involved in the project, basically closing cost. Generally it's same like resale. We have a land transfer tax that you need to pay, but in new homes you have one extra things, that is Tarion Warranty enrollment. That's a fees that you need to pay because you're getting a 7-year warranty coverage for your new home. That's a fees. There's a water meter fees, there's a hydrometer fees, there's a driveway, there's a community trees, there's a survey, a lawyer fees, obviously it's there, property tax is there, there is development charges that you need to pay. I'll go into detail of that. There is a cost involved. So generally a rule of thumb is if you're buying a property for 700,000, add 2.5% which goes as a closing cost. So you shouldn't be surprised at the time of the closing because this might be a hidden for you, hidden cost, but this is a new home, so there are strings associated with that. Important thing is development charges. This is basically a fees that the builder or a developer have to pay when they get the permits from the city, because they're building a new homes and you'll be the owner of the new home. You need to pay for the roads, transit, water, sewer system infrastructure that was already built. So what you mean by that? You have to pay a DC charges, but you need to get capping done by your lawyer. That's important because every 3 months or 1 year this is being revised. Let's take an example of Toronto development charges. For a single detached home, it's 137,000 that approximately that builder have to pay to city. But let's say imagine next year it goes to 145,000. Then who pays the difference? In case you're not capping it, you are supposed to pay for that. And then at the time of the closings, it'll be surprised. I've seen people paying 50,000 as development charges because if 2-3 years down the line the properties are closing. Be very careful about that. Always cap your development charges. Then you have your Tarion Warranty. Tarion Warranty means because these are newer homes, your home is covered under Tarion. Same like you're buying a new car, you have mileage coverage, you have service coverage. That's a big advantage that I feel as a new home. You're the first occupant and you have a warranty also. You have 1 year warranty, which covers is like a bumper to bumper coverage. It is workmanship, all the elements free from defects, it's covered for 1 year. And for 2 years, you have basically your plumbings, your electrical, those components are covered. And then the most important one is a 7 year. 7 year means any defects in the structure of the property, let's say roof, your basement issues, any cracks, that is covered. So that's a good news for you that you have coverage for the Tarion, and you need to create an account with the Tarion and report any issues with that, and the builders will come and fix it. This is for Ontario. In case you are buying property in Alberta, you have 10-year coverage for new homes. Next is your upgrades. Upgrades means at the time of decor, you have some decor credits. In case you have available, you'll use it. So what type of upgrades you need to select? You need to be very mindful because builder upgrades are expensive. I always suggest go for structural or the one which create a lot of dust or it is messy to do. For example, tiles, better to take from the builder, or if you are getting addition of a washroom or another room, go take from the builder. For example, smaller stuff, let's say kitchen cabinetry, you can just change the doors, make it a soft close, or some pot lights. That's better. You can do it later also, but this is based on your expertise. Again, take help from your real estate agent because you are buying for the first time. You don't have any expertise on that. Next, we have your PDI. PDI is a pre-delivery inspection. That means when you're getting a possession of the house, let's say 1 or 2 weeks before the possession, you get a walkthrough of the house with the builder representative and you check all the boxes, whether this was the same tiles, the craftsmanship, quality is there, kitchen, plumbing, your heating, ventilation, all that system, electrical is working properly, and if there are any issues, you report at that time. It's just an inspection before you are official owner of the property. Another thing is the interim occupancy and the closing. Closing means you are the owner now, you get the keys, the property got transferred on your name. Interim occupancy happens in the properties like condos or POTL, like a freehold properties with the POTL components. In that case, you still get the keys, but the property is on not your name because all the condo board is not registered, all the amenities are not there yet. But for that, you need to pay fees to the builder based on your prorated basis of the property tax, the interested components, and the amenities fees. Generally in Toronto, I have seen interim occupancy going from 6 6 months to 2 years also for specifically for condos, but for townhomes or POTL, it is generally 3 months. In Calgary, it is even less than that. Another thing is the final mortgage. So that happens generally 2 to 3 months before the closing. Builder will give you a notification when the closing is happening. They'll give you appropriate notice. But in case you don't know that, it's always there in your contract because the project can delay. That can happen. So the builder at that time gives you appropriate notice. For example, for this property, the occupancy date is 27th of November, and then it's a firm occupancy. They can give you notice if it is getting extended to the May, it is getting extended to the August. They'll give you 90 days notice. They'll give you 120, and then they'll give you final closing also. That is already there in your contract, so you need to be mindful. But at that time, builder gives you notice, and you should be ready with your final mortgage because we did a pre-approval before. Now you go approach the lender that this is I have a closing happening. They handle all the paperwork for you, so you should be ready with the mortgage. Extensions, we already talked about that. Builder can give you extensions based on these critical dates because the project can be delayed. There might be some approval issues and all those things, so you should be mindful that why the project is getting delayed. Everything is mentioned in your contract, so this contract is very important. So we try to summarize the major components that you need to look when you're buying a new home. Buying a home is a very important decision, especially buying new homes. We hope that this video helps you out. Just we need a one favor, like and subscribe to our channel because it motivates us to make good valuable content for you. Share in the comments what is the next video that you want to see on real estate of Canada.